guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I hope this video finds you all doing well. Today we're going to talk about a deck that I just can't wait to share with you guys. I think it's going to be incredibly strong, specifically on ladder after the balance update tomorrow or today or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this video. It has Wizard, it has Pump, it has Guards, Mega Minion, Sparkies, Giant, Zap, and NATO. It's really going to be strong, and it's going to be shared here today by the Sparky God himself. Asuchini is back on the channel. I love this guy. He's a pro with Fnatic, just one of the best in the game. 6,700 trophies plus using Sparky. This guy has. He's just an incredible player. I've had him on the channel before. I want to hop right into a ladder match here, guys, and let's go ahead and see what we can do here. I'm not super familiar with the deck. I've never played it before, but you know what? I think you guys really enjoyed how I opened my video yesterday. I have kind of an awkward starting hand here. I'm just going to hover or have the Mega Minion ready. Okay, he plays Pump. I'm going to go ahead and play Sparky in the back. I really don't have another play to make at this point. He's going to come with a Battle Ram, so we know he's playing Three Musketeers. I'm just going to respond with a Wizard here. He will make contact with that Battle Ram, but it's okay. Remember, Wizard's getting a 25% area buff. It's also, I'm going to play Guards over here just to give my Sparky a little bit of tankage. He responds with a minion horde. He's playing the Three Musketeer, the classic Three Musketeer Battle Ram deck. But what was I saying? Okay, so the Wizard's getting a 2% damage increase and a 25% area range increase, radius increase. That's incredible, guys. It's an unprecedented buff to Wizard. Man, I think that was a big surprise to me. I didn't see it coming, but there's no doubt about it. He's going to be dominating on ladder now, Wizard that is. So this guy, by the way, MVP in Evolution, is a 20-game winner. I've played him before. I've seen him before. He's a really good player. So we'll have our work cut out for us, and he has a pretty big elixir lead. So I'm starting a Sparky push on the left side here, and you always want to start with Sparky in the back and not the Giant in the back. We'll get more into the play-by-play in the tactics for this deck as we go into Asuchini's replays. But for now, you can see he's going to come at me Three Musketeers. He still has the elixir advantage here, I think. So we're just going to take down his left tower, and we're going to play the best defense that we possibly can in the right lane. We're going to have to probably NATO and Guards all this crap, and we'll probably lose the right tower, but I want to kind of mitigate the damage here. So we'll play Guards on top of the Musketeers. He does take the tower. However, we're getting a lot of damage to his King Tower. We get 2 blasts now from Sparky there on his King Tower. So if he comes out and aggressive here, he's going to send in the Miner. He's sending in a bunch of Swarm. Bad placement on my Wizard there, guys. I'm just going to NATO everything away. We'll be able to hopefully save this left tower. We do. And we're going to go for the 3 crown, baby. We're going to go for the 3 crown, but we don't want, okay, whoa. And it doesn't matter if he takes our left tower, guys, because we are going for the 3 crown. But we know he has Horde in hand or 1 or 2 cards away. So we're not going to play Sparky. We're going to play Wizard instead, anticipating the Horde. So now he can't play Horde. So he does play it on offense. So we're just going to be able to NATO this away. And it's going to be a 3 crown, baby. There it is. Man, this deck is a lot of fun to play. And it's a 3 crown machine there. I'm a big fan, and this is before the Wizard buff, guys. Keep that in mind. Everything that you watch here is going to be before the Wizard's buff. Asuchini has completed 2 12 wins in a row, only losing 1 battle, 24-1 with this deck. Are you kidding me? Before, again, the buff to the Wizard. Now, let's talk about the obvious question that a lot of you guys are going to ask. How do you deal with Lightning and Rocket using this deck, right? And that's where we're going to talk about the Wizard. First of all, spacing is incredibly important, especially if Lightning becomes more popular in the meta. You want to make sure you're not giving 3 target Lightning value to your opponent at all times. Now, I talked to Asuchini a lot about this deck. He provided me a lot of great tips for this deck as well. And what he said was a couple key points here is Wizard, more often than not, is going to be played at the bridge, being played kind of as a surprise, he said, especially on the first time that you play the Wizard. He uses the Wizard at the last possible moment, ideally when the opponent is low on elixir or when you know they don't have lightning or a big spell. Now, if they have poison or fireball, that's just fine. Just make sure you space out your Mega Minion and don't provide double value. If they poison or fireball your Pump, that's totally fine too. Go ahead and place a Sparky behind your King Tower. That should be your response to that. Always Sparky behind the King Tower, never Giant behind the King Tower. Why is that? because oftentimes when you place down your Sparky behind your king tower and get ready for a big push, your opponent will hit you in the opposite lane. What you can do is play the giant in some situations. This is important, so listen up. You play your Sparky, they hit you opposite lane, you play your giant in the middle of the arena, but lure the troops into the lane that you drop the Sparky, the opposite lane, the lane that you're going for. Ideally, that Sparky will finish off their push or take care and defend their push, and then you'll have a nice counterattack with not enough elixir to defend on your opponent's side of the arena. So here we go, guys. This match is not looking too good for Asuchini early on here. So how is he going to make this comeback? Well, luckily, man, Sparky's just super strong. So we're going to drop the Sparky here in the left, and then we're probably, let's see what we do on the, okay, there it is exactly what I was talking about, guys. We're dropping that giant to kite in the troops from the opposite lane. You know, it was just a Royal Ghost, but that's exactly what I was trying to explain to you guys just a few minutes ago. Another key component to this deck is always saving your NATO unless you're activating your king tower. Always save your NATO for offense here. You can see all the value that Sparky's getting. She one-shots that Royal Ghost, and she lives to not one shot, but to get a shot off on that left tower. So we're going to play some light defense here in the right lane. That wizard's going to have to still be responded to, even though he doesn't provide a lot of value. And here comes another Sparky push. It's going to be Sparky. We have Giant ready. Giant's going to sneak in right in front of that Sparky. There he is. And here comes the wizard, because we know the opponent doesn't have a big spell in cycle. So there's the fireball. They're able to cycle to the fireball, but a fireball plus log is not going to kill Sparky. A poison plus log is not going to kill Sparky. And there it is. Beautiful zap there, finishing off the game. A victory for Asuchini and another 12-win victory. And again, I keep saying this, but I'll say it one more time. This is the old version of the deck. Try this deck out after the balance changes, and you're gonna love it. So the elixir collector is gonna be important to protect, as it would in any other deck. If they do use their big spell on elixir collector, it gives you it gives you the ability to go ahead and execute one of those big pushes without worry, without concern that they're going to be able to immediately spell your wizard and your Sparky, or your mega minion and your wizard, whatever. So let's go ahead into this next match here. You can see we're going against Jesus, and he's playing the new Rascals bait deck. We're going to review two of the most popular Rascal decks before we finish off this video, because let's face it, Rascals did not get a nerf surprisingly, and they're going to be everywhere. What's more is this deck has Zappies too, which is obviously a counter to the Sparky. So it's going to be a rather difficult matchup, but let's see how we handle it here. This is going to be a very nice Rascal play right on top of this Sparky, and there's the surprise wizard. We talked about it there. That was a beautiful Rascal play by the opponent, and we're not going to get a ton of damage, but you can see the giant had some time to do some work on that right tower, takes it down all the way to 846, so I guess it was kind of a ton of damage, and that wizard provides a lot of value, ending up killing some of those rascals, also killing the prince. So that is the surprise wizard there, after you know your opponent's spell is out of cycle, and wizard as a support troop right where Asuchini placed him, separated from the Sparky, is a really great play. So again here, guys, we're basically tied in elixir with 90 seconds left. I could bet you anything he's going to play pump here, and there it is. And the opponent goes ahead and he goes in with an aggressive poison goblin barrel. I think that's what's going to end up costing him the game. What do you guys think? I think that was really aggressive, especially in single elixir time. So here it comes. It's going to be a Sparky push. Sparky, here it comes. Knowing the opponent doesn't have a spell in cycle, we go towards the tower with the least health in it. Let's see how we handle this push here. Here comes the Zappies. We're going to place a giant right in front of them, and then we're going to have that surprise wizard again in the back, and then on the other side we'll place the mega minion. Mega minion will naturally drift into that princess, take out that princess. Again, we're always saving our NATO for offense, and how can you stop this push, ladies and gentlemen? How can you stop it? It's a wizard, it's a Sparky, it's a giant. Even with poison, Sparky's just so difficult to handle, right? Because even though he has Zappies, it's tough to always have them in cycle, and we can kind of block the Zappies with the giant in this deck, right? So here it comes, another giant Sparky wizard push in the other lane this time. We're just gonna sacrifice our left tower here, guys. It's the big push. It's Sparky, it's Mega Minion, it's wizard, it's giant. In the meanwhile, we're just gonna go ahead and just NATO everything away from our king tower and just play a big fat giant. A giant sometimes, when you just need to buy time or when you're tower trading, can be an amazing defense, as you saw there. Hey, guess what? Another another 3 crown here, guys, by Asuchini. If you like 3 crowns, if you like heavy beatdown, very difficult to stop decks, try this one out. Okay, definitely gonna want to show, yeah, let's show, that's another interesting Sparky deck here, but I want to show the 12 win from the previous challenge here, because it's against what quite possibly could be the strongest deck right now in the meta. But the minion horde's going to be largely mitigated by our wizard, right? Wizard is going to be beautiful against the minion horde, especially against this annoying deck. So here it comes. We're going to protect our pump as we talked about here. Beautiful guard catch on that miner, and now a brilliant start here for Asuchini. Look at all the confetti and all the emotes on his side of the arena, guys. This guy's a beast, man. He has so many live viewers, and I don't blame them. I would probably watch Asuchini play Sparky all day if he was on my friends list. So here it comes. Sparky's going to go ahead and almost one-shot Thick Boy there, and now we're going to go ahead and get a little push of our own going. We placed that Giant a little bit away from Sparky. Unfortunately, the more does lock on to our Sparky. We play a Wizard right behind, knowing that he has Minion Horde. The only reason we played Wizard there, guys, is knowing the opponent had Gang and Horde in hand, so we knew we probably needed to answer for one of those cards. Plus, we had the Elixir advantage, so why not play a little bit more aggressively early on? Now we can just sit back and pump up again. Again, we're ready for that miner, and we catch him again. Of course, the opponent trying to get some Spirit Goblin value and attack the pump at the same time. Doesn't work out for him. He gets a little bit of chip damage on the right tower, but it's not going to be enough. As you guys are going to see at this point, it's a massive Elixir advantage for Asuchini in this match. So here it comes, a Sparky in the back. The opponent must know he's in big trouble here. It's a Sparky Giant push, and again, we need that Wizard at the ready because we know, again, both of the Swarm cards are in the opponent's hand. So we're waiting for him. We're waiting for him. There's the Wizard, and there it is. Beautiful Wizard. This time he switched it up. You can see the first push, he played the Wizard right away, and the opponent was ready for that. So he hesitated a little bit. He played the Mega Minion first, and then, hey, Sparky's dead, but it doesn't matter. Mega Minion and Wizard are going to be able to take out that right tower. Man, this is a very formidable deck, guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's really strong. You can practice it with it today, even before the balance changes take place. It's one of my favorite decks. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be one of my favorite decks of the new meta, especially Wizard, again, with that buff that nobody really saw coming. I had Wizard in my top 7 most underrated cards in the game before the balance change announcement. So now, you know, I don't think he's even underrated. I think he's just going to be really good. Is he going to creep into competitive gameplay? I would actually say yes, even though pros are divided on this. I've talked to pros who have said no, it's just not enough. He's too susceptible to spell damage. But I talked to some pros like Asuchini who thinks that this deck is like competitively viable. I mean, he won 2 GCs at tournament level standard right in a row with it. I think that speaks pretty well for the potential, especially considering, again, for the 100th time, Wizard hasn't been buffed yet. Anyway, guys, here it goes. It's a Giant on the King Tower. Is it going to be? Oh, no, it's not going to be another 3 crown, but just almost barely got it done there. Asuchini with another beautiful victory, guys. Best of luck with this deck. I think a lot of you guys are really going to enjoy it. So check out Asuchini's player profile, his Twitter, his YouTube, and all his stats on statsroyale.com in the description below, along with the deck link, guys. I really appreciate all the support lately. You guys have been absolutely amazing in the comments and just sharing the content with your clans. You guys are just incredible every day. Every day. Thank you so much. It just means the world to me, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Check out his information as well in the description below. As always, guys, take care.